Hey, Right Gear podcast listeners, this is Kay Tempest Bradford, and this is a short video showing you how I use Web Clipper on my browser. The browser that I use is Google Chrome, as you may be able to surmise from looking at this. And so I have the Evernote Web Clipper already installed. It works this way pretty much the same on all the browsers that the Web Clipper is compatible with, including Firefox and Safari, Opera, even Internet Explorer. So this is my bookmarks folder that I called writing research that I just used to just dump everything in. And this made it really hard to find the things that I need to find when I went back to look for them. This is why I started moving stuff into Evernote. So let me show you how that's done. So here we go. I've clicked on a cool article called How Fruits Have Evolved Over Time. And now up here is the Web Clipper icon. Clipper. It's going to default to the thing that I use the most, which is simplified article. And so as you can see, the article has changed. You still have the images, you still have the text, but it is not the full thing. And let me just go back so you can see the difference. Okay, so now you can also change to switch it up to clip the article. And as you can see, there's like a little plus minus thing here, and some of this is grayed out. The grayed out stuff is the stuff that it's just not going to worry about clipping because you just want this, but maybe you want it to look exactly like this. If you do full page, as you can see, there's like a little green thing up here, but basically it's like the whole page. Bookmark is just going to take the title and make that the title of the note, and then it's just going to make a link inside the note. And then screenshot is, of course, for when you just want to take a picture of the screen. But as I said, I use simplified article most. One other thing you may notice about my mouse cursor is that now it has like a little yellow thing. That's because you can go in and highlight stuff, and these highlights are going to become part of the note that is eventually created. Back over here, you can also organize by putting it into different notebooks. My default is the catch-all notebook, but it's also, I have it set so it uses the last notebook I use. So it doesn't always default to catch-all, but that's the last thing I used when I used the Web Clipper. But I have a bunch of notebooks and notebook stacks in here, and I can save it to any of these. And here, I can add a tag. Here, I can add a remark. So just a little note to myself. Why did I clip this? Now there are options for the Web Clipper that are available here in the extension. And again, like one of the notebook selection things, use smart filing. I had this turned on for a while because sometimes it was really smart about figuring out which notebook I wanted things to go into. But that is more for if you have notebooks that are sort of wider categories. Like if I just had a notebook called Ancient Egypt, that anytime I was on a page that was talking about Ancient Egypt, it would be able to figure out like, yeah, that goes in the Ancient Egypt folder. But I have like 5 different drill down folders for Ancient Egypt, and so the smart filing wasn't that great for that. So last used notebook is what I use. You can say always start in whatever notebook, choose a notebook for yourself. Tag selection, I do have the smart filing on because again, it is pretty good at figuring out what tags that I want, but you can always just say, oh, always tag it with this specific tag if I'm clipping. And again, a bunch of different settings for you to go through and decide which ones are the best for what you do. All right, so let's get it back to simplified article. There we go, and see my highlight is still there. It has a catch-all notebook, and I'm gonna add the tag test. And as you can see, if you're typing in a tag that you already have, it will come up here so that you don't have to duplicate your tags if you don't want to. It's really useful. And then I just hit save. And up here there's a little clipping syncing, and it's clipped. And here's what it looks like in Evernote on the web. There's my highlight there at the top. And as I said, this is simplified, but I still see all the graphics. I can actually do things with these graphics I want. I can save them. I can look at them in image gallery. I can make them bigger. I can do all the stuff. And it even retains all the links that were inside of this web page now that it's a note. And right up here where it says Business Insider, this is the link to the original just in case I ever need to go back to that again. So that's pretty much it. It's a very simple process. There are lots of different settings. There are a few settings that are actually in the app that you can go and play with that relate to the web clipper, but most of the settings that you're going to need are going to be in the web clipper itself. And you should definitely play around with them, see which is going to be the settings that you want the most and make it easiest for you when you go in and you do your different web clippings. So I'm Kate Deppis Bradford. This is Evernote Web Clipper for the browser, and I hope that you've listened to the Evernote for Writers number 4 episode of the podcast, which talks extensively about Web Clipper. Listen to all the different Evernote for Windows episodes. They're all at www.therightgear.com. There are also links in the description to each of them. Thanks for watching.